Hi, I'm Susan Malloy of Silver Lady Stamping. Thank you for joining me. Today I want to show you how to make this very vibrant red Valentine's Day card. I'll show you the inside as well. The star of the show for this card is really the most adored designer series paper, which is a free paper in the Celebration catalog that is going on right now, January through the end of February, February 29th, 2024. If you haven't seen this paper in person, then you won't know just how gorgeous it is. So this, aside from the Flight and Airy Designer Series paper, which is also a free item in the Celebration brochure when you make a $50 purchase in any of the current catalogs, this is probably my favorite of all of the other designer series papers. It's just so gorgeous. This one I really love. I'm going to widen it out. Let me see if I can back it up a little bit. Back up the bust just a little bit so you can get a larger picture of it. So this paper is fantastic because this particular sheet, because you can cut it across and then you can cut it down and you can get so many. Let's see, if you cut it like 5 1/4 by 4, you can get, if you cut this into 4-inch sheets, then you're going to get 3 slivers. Excuse me, 3 slivers of it. Absolutely gorgeous. It's gold foil hearts all over it. And this is the reverse side. Sorry about that. And I love the plaid. Love this. I'm thinking a treat box with it. Something. I'm going to have to do something with this. So stay tuned for that. Then this is one of the papers we're going to use. So that's what I used for the card. I love the red plaid. It's so pretty. And this is the reverse side. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Kind of wash, but it's gold, some gold foil. Can you see it shimmery? Love this side though. Absolutely love this side. More hearts. Love the fact that there are lots and lots of hearts on this paper in pink, one of my favorite colors. As you can tell from the sweatshirt that I have on, pink. And the reverse side is a gold foil plaid. Love that. Smaller hearts. Red is just such a beautiful, vibrant color. You can imagine doing all kinds of things with this paper. Let's see. The reverse side is this gold foil paper with the roses on it. And you can use one of the Stampin' Up's blender brushes to just blend on, some color. Just dip it into your ink pad. It could be whatever color you want. Doesn't have to be red. Could be pool party or, yellow. Could be any color you want. Just, rub it on. I'm not sure I would use Stampin' Blends. I haven't tried it. You might be okay. Not sure if it would bleed through the other side, but I would definitely use a blender brush and blend in some color where you want it. And you could even, just blend a few of the roses and then just fussy cutting with them. I know not everybody's a fan of fussy cutting, but for those who are okay with it, you could just then fussy cut them out and use them as embellishments. Just a thought. I might try that myself. All right, what else do we have? I got 2 packs of this paper. That's why I have extra pages. And more of the pink. And the other side of it, again, more gold foil. Simply gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Really, the Stampin' Up! Designers truly outdid themselves. And all of the papers I have to say, in the Celebration catalog are absolutely beautiful. There are some papers in some of the catalogs that I haven't always been enthusiastic about. Majority of the time, I love them. I'm a paper person, just love the paper, and I usually get every pack. Not all at the same time, but over time, I get them all. And then it's sort of like I'm hoarding it. I hate to use it up. And then, what's the purpose of having it if you don't use it? I just like having it, and I like looking at it. So, I don't know. There must be something wrong with me. So I want to show you how to make, this is a super easy card to make. Let me bring it in a little bit. Hopefully I'm not bringing it in too much. Super easy to make because we're really just going to be layering several pieces onto it. We're going to use the, for the sentiment, I'm bringing in the Country Bouquet, which is in the annual catalog, and it has a lovely Happy Valentine's Day sentiment. And I'm going to be using this Just Wanted to Say in the stamp set. And we're going to be stamping this open heart image, and then to make it super easy, the coordinating punch. And these are both available as a bundle because they were first introduced in the annual catalog beginning in 2023. So the bundle is, you can get 10% off if you buy the bundle of the stamp set and the punch at the same time. The punches just make the work so much easier. And so that's what we're going to do. We're not doing any die cutting. It's just all going to be just the punch, and we're going to punch out. We're going to stamp and then punch out the open heart, this little heart, and these little gold foil leaves. I just need to run over to my ink caddy and get some old olive ink for 1 second. Because I knew I would forget something, and of course I did. And I don't have my ink pads right in front of me because I am not crafting in a craft room or at a craft corner. This is my kitchen table. I do kitchen table crafting. I am not fortunate, as some others are, to have a home that is big enough to accommodate an extra bedroom to have a crafting room. I have to do it on my kitchen table. So I need to keep my kitchen table fairly clean of things. I have quite a few things on the table, but I can't leave a lot of projects hanging as I could if I had a separate craft room. But anyway, for those of you who can relate, that maybe you don't have an extra room, or maybe you just have a tiny room, I'm right there with you. So this is all done on my kitchen table, but I can tell you that I can get quite a bit done, and I don't feel handicapped at all. Would it be nice to have a separate room? Sure, it'd be great. I could just leave everything there. But storage becomes quite creative. So that's my story. So I'm a kitchen table crafter, and I don't have any problem with being able to do my crafting, even though it's just in my kitchen. So let's just get this started. As the Black Eyed Peas would say, let's get this party started. Or maybe who's that? Pink. I think that's Pink, right? Who sings that song, Get This Party Started? I don't know. I'm probably out of touch. So we're going to start with a basic white card base. Typical measurement, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Just fold the score line and burnish it with your bone folder to give it a nice sharp crease. And then let me bring in my pieces. I have pieces and parts all over the place. Then I cut this wonderful red plaid from the Most Adored Designer Series paper. Again, it's free in the Celebration brochure with a $50 purchase. So I'm going to just tack that down. So this measures 5 1/4 by 4. Let me move it up a little bit. And I'm just using some of Stampin' Up's multi-purpose liquid glue. It's very strong adhesive. And I like that it has a little bit of forgiveness. If you were to tack it down, you'd have a little bit of wiggle room before it completely adheres. So I'm just kind of giving it a little rub to make sure that everything is perfectly adhered down. Oh, and I have glue on my finger. Typical. Now the next layer is going to be another layer of basic white. And this one is going to measure a little bit smaller. And it's going to measure 4 1/4 by, no, not 4 1/4, as you can see it. 4 1/2 by 3 1/2. So take that off. Now I'm not going to tack it down yet. I just want to show you what it's going to look like. So then the next 2 layers we have is real red at 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. And I'll have all these measurements in the description below, so don't worry about that. And then this is a piece of that first sheet that I showed you that you can, cut. You can cut it in half, and you can cut it into 4-inch slices. So this is one, and this measures 3 inches by 4 inches. So these are all going to kind of layer together. I just wanted to make sure that I measured them all correctly, that they nestle together, and that's how they're going to be layered. So I'm going to start by tacking down the basic white layer. Okay, and put that in the center. Then we'll switch to the red. Oh, let me go across the top. And we'll lay that right in the middle. Oop, and see, I'm going to lift it up and get it centered a little bit better. Okay. And now for the Designer Series paper. Great. Now I need to just grab a piece of, let's see. Need to pull out just a scrap piece of white. Oh, here it is. Just a scrap, right, from my scrap bin. To be able to stamp the heart, the open heart. Let me grab that out of the case. So out of the stamp set, this is the one we're going to use for right now. And oops. Grab some real red ink. Perfect. Okay, let me close that up. We'll need that again when we do the sentiment. So let me show you a little trick. when you need to punch something, and I'm going to use this Post-it note, but when you have to punch something and you have a piece that's fairly small and you don't really have anything to hold on to. So here, it's like, how am I going to do this, right? So the trick is just take a Post-it note and put your sentiment or your piece, your stamped image onto. So this is the sticky side up. Just put your stamped image on that, and that becomes your handle. So now you can put it into, let me put it on the bottom. Let's see, it might go into the punch a little bit easier. There we go. And then you can just line up. That way you have this to hold on to. So don't worry if you have it stamped on a small piece of paper or a piece of cardstock. You can just create a little handle with your Post-it note. Okay. Okay. Put that aside for now. And then I'm just going to peel off the Post-it note off the back. Like that. And here we have it. Let me bring in my card base. I'm going to pop that up on a dimensional, just one, because what we're going to do is tuck some other things behind it. So I popped this one up on one dimensional, and that allowed me to be able to tuck things underneath it, and I had room for it. So if you put more dimensionals like all around it, then you're not going to be able, you're going to find it more difficult to be able to tuck things under it. So, whoops, let me bring it into camera again. So I'm going to put it about here. No particular rhyme or reason. Okay, and let's see. I want to also bring in the sprigs, like one of the sprigs from the stamp set, and just stamp a couple of them. Let me see. Let's see. Let me throw that up. Okay, so I have a scrap here that I'm going to stamp with Old Olive. So I'm going to stamp. Let's see what kind of an image we get. I might do so I'm going to do another one. Better, because this one, you're not really going to see that bottom piece though, because it's going to be tucked underneath, but I'm just being particular with it, even though I know I shouldn't. So we're going to do some fussy cutting, but it's going to be, I'm going to cut this one away. It's going to be really not going into a lot of detail. So I'm just really going to be mostly cutting just around the image in a very kind of, I don't know, large way, you might say. So not getting too detailed with it. So like that, right? Not going into all the nooks and crannies. Do the same with the other one. So that way it doesn't take much time. Because you know how it is with fussy cutting. If you get too detailed, you could be here all day. All right, that's as much time as it took. That's all we're doing. So now all I want to do is put a little adhesive on the, I'm not going to put adhesive on the whole thing. I'm going to have the top kind of pop up. So I'm going to put it in kind of in that direction. And I'll do the same thing with the other one, only I'm going to put it on the bottom. There we go. So now I also have a piece of gold foil, and I'm going to bring the punch in again. And you see in the punch there's 2 leaves. So I'm going to just bring this in part of the way and punch out I'm going to punch out 4 leaves. And I'm going to do, let's see, I'll do the other side, same way. Let's see, there we go. Dig that out. So that's 2, whoops. That's 2 leaves, 1 and 2. Let me just cut away some of this. Okay. I'm gonna just put the corner in there and punch. Super easy, right? I mean, gosh, you just can't get any easier than this. Whoops, oh, went flying. I lost my grip on it. Makes a loud clatter. Okay, that's all the leaf punching we're going to do. But we are going to punch, just bring this in while I have it, just a scrap of red, and I'm going to punch a small heart. Oh, you know what, that wasn't really big enough. I thought I was going to have a big enough heart. Let me look in my scrap box for another piece of red. Yep, I got a piece. Well, oh yeah. Okay, let's do this. This is actually, I think this is actually Poppy Parade. So, get rid of some of the bits and pieces in here. Right? Got lots of bits and pieces. I'm going to try this piece again. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get it lined up. I could use my Post-it note, but I'm not going to. All right. I think we're fine. I'll use Poppy Parade, but that's how you do it. Okay, let's start assembling the rest of it. So we have our 4 gold foil leaves. I'm going to put a little adhesive, tuck that. Oop. Let's bring it up into the camera. 1. Oops. 2. And we'll put the other 2 down here on the bottom. Fabulous. All right, so now I'm going to, this is a piece of baker's twine in sweet sorbet. This was from the In Colors. And this is one of the In Colors that is actually going to be retiring in May of 2024 when the new annual catalog comes out. So it was like the Sweet Sorbet, Tahitian Tide, Starry Sky, Parakeet Party, and what were my other colors? Orchid Oasis, that was the 5th color. So I really liked these colors. I have liked these colors, but they are going to retire. So you'll want to make the loops a little bit bigger. Well, maybe these are a little too big. because you want the heart is going to sit in the middle. Let me cut the string off. Okay, let's just see how it looks. Okay, and then we're going to put the heart there. So I'm going to adhere the twine with a glue dot. So I'm going to take my bow and I'm just going to press it right into the glue dot. And just put it right in the center of the heart. And then I'm going to put a mini glue dot, not glue dot, but a mini dimensional on the back of the little heart. Put it right over the twine. And I'm going to cut the ends of the twine just a little bit. Just a teeny bit. Okay. So then I took two pieces of, one piece of red, one piece of white strips that I want to stamp the sentiment on. Let me see, they measure, let me get my ruler, forget what they measure, roughly. 2 1/4 inches long by, oh, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8 of an inch wide. And what I'm going to do is stamp the sentiment, just wanted to say, and then I'm going to just adhere it, you know, the white on top of the red. So let me get the sentiment out of the container. It says, just wanted to say. All right, just wanted to say. And we're going to do that in real red. Okay. And I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive just on the bottom of the white. And then mount it onto the red, just halfway, just to, you know, halfway down. Not going to pop this up on dimensionals. We're just going to tuck this underneath and at an angle, and that's all. So put some adhesive on the back. And just adhere it down. Just make sure that you can see the entire, you know, sentiment, just wanted to say. So, I mean, that's it for the front. And then for the inside, I'm using a piece of real red measuring 5 1/4 by 4. And I'm using that because the inside is just white, and I thought I could put a piece of white, but I thought that just was too much weight. So we'll put this layer in first, and then we have a piece of basic white measuring 5 by 3 3/4. And I have a strip of the same plaid paper that measures 5 inches, because we're going to put it on this piece. So it measures 5 inches by, oh, let's see, 3/4. So 5 inches long and 3/4 of an inch wide. So I'm going to put this on first before I stamp the sentiment, because I want the sentiment to be centered, and I want it to be centered over here. And now if I had stamped Happy Valentine's Day, I might have ended up starting over here by mistake, and then the strip would have covered it. So I put the strip on first. That was my methodology. Now I'm going to get the Happy Valentine's Day sentiment. Let's see, we get it in the right direction. Happy Valentine's Day. I wouldn't want to put it on upside down. And we'll put it right in the center. And I put mine kind of at the top because I want to have the room down below to write my sentiment. But everybody likes to do it a little differently. If you like doing yours in the center, there's nothing wrong with that. Oops. Now, lastly, I want to put, let's see, the image, these two little teeny hearts. I'm going to put it right at the bottom. I thought that would be cute. Lovely. And we'll just put some adhesive on the back. Ooh, I guess I should put some across the top. And we'll mount it right onto our real red layer. And we're done. You see how easy that was to make, and you'll already be ready for Valentine's Day a month in advance. I'm going to try to make some more Valentine projects because I just like the color of the paper, and it's just so fun and vibrant. So I hope that you enjoyed this and that you'll give it a shot. I appreciate you joining me today for this video, and I hope to see you back again. Bye for now.